Hello everyone, today we will talk about the transit of Mercury. Transiting Mercury is in square with the natal Sun. How transiting Mercury will behave when it is square with the natal Sun depends on the position of the natal Sun. This transit can be more prominent in your life if you already have planets in aspect with your natal Sun. But the basics are as follows. When transiting Mercury is in square with the natal Sun, mental activity and communication increase, but it also adds friction and tension in these areas. Thinking is nervous or rushed, which leads to mistakes in conversation, not saying exactly what you mean. This in turn leads to other people getting the wrong idea about your statements, and the chances of arguments or simply things and problems not being resolved are increased. There is a lot of activity going on here, you are reacting to them quickly, jumping from one thing to another, and it is likely to be a stressful pace. Many requests, phone calls, letters to answer, and other tasks that are due are now on the agenda, and conflicts arise due to the tension. Due to the hostility of Mercury and the Sun, individuals will experience increased communication challenges, cognitive dissonance, and conflicts between personal desires and the need for logical thinking. The transit itself creates a sense of inner tension that requires conscious awareness and adjustment of communication approaches. We can say that this transit is a temporary influence that leads to an increased sense of discomfort, and the discomfort itself often manifests itself in the form of miscommunication, where messages are not understood in the way they were intended, leading to confusion or conflict. Cognitive dissonance, where a struggle is created between what someone wants and what they think is logical or right for them, and challenges in self-expression, i.e. difficulties in authentically and effectively expressing themselves. Either way, the transit symbolizes an opportunity for conscious adjustment in your choices, whether to be the center of attention or to take on leadership roles. Individuals will need to step a little more into or out of the spotlight, depending on how social expectations intersect with personal needs and in which houses and signs the process takes place. As we've already mentioned, planetary antagonism brings a whirlwind of activity and thought. Communication can become a maze, with misunderstandings arising even with people you normally connect with effortlessly. It's frustrating, but remember that this period is temporary. Think about how these communication challenges might force you to improve your ways of expressing yourself and understanding others. When transiting Mercury squares your natal Sun, imagine that it's as if your personal day planner is suddenly speaking in riddles. This transit can spark a whirlwind of activity in your life, especially in areas related to communication, travel, and information processing. You may briefly find that messages get lost in translation, emails get lost in the ether, or your words don't reach others as they should. The heightened need to express ideas combined with vitality and core identity creates a dynamic but challenging interaction where expression itself seems blocked or misunderstood, causing frustration or tension. This transit is quick and happens twice a year, but from different signs and houses, so thinking is nervous or hasty. Either way, it's not the best time to ask your boss for a raise or make important decisions. Avoid getting annoyed and don't try to make people laugh because they will start insulting you. These challenges, while unpleasant, will serve as catalysts for personal growth. The discomfort brought by the transit can lead to a deeper understanding of one's communication style and thought processes. But to effectively manage this transit, it is useful to adopt strategies that encourage clarity and understanding, which is called active listening. Active listening ensures that you understand what others are communicating before you respond. Through this process, you will not only relieve the current pressure, but also gain insight into how you organize your life and manage your attention. Try to stay calm and give people time to get your point, because there is a positive side. On that positive side, the transit will prompt a strong re-examination of your ideas and plans. It will prompt you to question what you take for granted and force you to defend your position or see an alternative point of view that you had not considered. The friction created by this square will encourage creative solutions to harness this dynamic energy, rather than allowing it to distract you. Either way, remain attentive to seemingly trivial things and learn from simplicity.